It's that time, everybody. Modern Warfare 2 Season 1 Reloaded is live. We're going to go over everything. The new assault rifle operators, how you can actually unlock the raid mode that is in it, new social aspects that have been added to it. Is this going to be a win, or is this going to be something else? We'll talk about all of it. We'll talk about the new shipment. We'll talk about holiday shipment that is actually coming. Thank you for all the love on the channel, guys. I'm glad you are enjoying the new platform where we cover Call of Duty on a daily basis. News, updates, patch notes, leaks, rumors, all of that will be here on the channel, and on the main channel we have the classic Call of Duty COD history, ranking everything, content that you guys have been watching for years. And we're actually going to do a special ranking every shipment over on the main channel today or tomorrow, so make sure you check that out in honor of Shipment coming back. Shocker, I know, it's back. So drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and let's go over everything for Modern Warfare 2 Season 1 Reloaded. The first question I have for you is, how are you playing it? Have you gotten a chance to play it? By the time you watch this video, it went live this morning. So let me know, I guess, what your first impressions are. Are there going to be any major bugs? Are we going to get glitches? I mean, are we going to get game-breaking stuff and then the dev teams go out to holiday and it doesn't get fixed? That's happened once or twice in the past. So everybody was talking about Shipment. Well, it's here. And there is going to be a holiday shipment that is going to come December 21st and run all the way through January 4th. So basically, it's going to run Christmas break or holiday season break for everybody. The question is, what type of shipment are we going to get? Are we going to get a classic shipment where you can go in there and get your camo challenges and go through really quick? Or are we going to get a busted version that nobody wants to play? We'll have to wait and see. Now, we already knew we were getting a new weapon in the form of the Chimera assault rifle. It is actually in the Bruin Ops platform. Let me know what you guys think of that. It's early right now. I'm making this video. I don't know if it's overpowered. I don't know if anybody's found the build, the magic build in the gunsmith to make it OP. You guys give me your thoughts on that assault rifle. We also got the operators. Now, everybody knew about Gaz. I mean, Gaz is Gaz. He's been in the Modern Warfare franchise forever. But we were wondering about Claws. Now, all we knew was the tag that he was a member of Denmark's elite special forces. But I said in a video the other day, it's Claws. Come on, it's going to be a take on Santa Claus. It's the holiday season. Lo and behold, he looks like a really bad Santa Claus. So we were kind of right on that one. Claws can actually be unlocked by purchasing the Claws operator bundle in the store, and Gaz can actually be unlocked by completing the new raid mission that is now in there. You can go get him in a store bundle, but you could actually get him for free if you complete the raid mission that's out, which we'll talk about the raids right now, because you actually have to get a key to access these, which I'm down for. I think this is cool. I think this is, if it's done right, we'll know really quick if it's going to stick. I haven't got to play it yet, so I'm not for sure, but I like the premise. So at the Game Awards, we knew the raid was coming. We knew the first one was going to be called Adamgrad, and they said it was going to be Price, Farah, and Gaz trying to make a discovery in an underground bunker and then trying to escape. We saw the trailer, and we knew there was going to be some puzzles to solve. There was going to be a maze we had to do. So my question to you is, have you completed the raid yet? And what do you think? And what do your buddies think? Because it's a co-op. It's a 3-person raid. So there's 3 ways you can earn your key to get in. The first one, complete a specific daily challenge in either multiplayer or Spec Ops. Second one, place within the top 20 in any Warzone 2.0 Battle Royale playlist. Or the third, in DMZ, use the final extract helicopter with at least 30 grand in hand. Now, I kind of wonder if maybe they should up the difficulty on that. Make it a little more prestigious to be able to earn your way into the raids. Top 20, come on. Anybody can really do that. Completing a specific daily challenge, I mean, I know they're trying to keep people on the sticks and playing, but it could do better than that. I feel like they should up it a little bit, make it a little more prestigious to actually be able to get in the raid, and then you feel like you're doing something. And I think you only have it unlocked for 1 week to get it done. It's a full week when you have it. Now, let's talk about some new stuff. Modern Warfare 2 social features. They have now added groups. It's accessible through the social menu, and it's going to allow you to actually make a community with other Call of Duty players. Now, we've seen this many times. I'm pretty sure I still have a Call of Duty community on one of my PlayStation old consoles. I don't even remember. I made it years ago. They just never really stuck. There's so many different places you can make a community now. Facebook groups, Discord, Twitter even has communities. So I don't really know if this one's going to stick, but we'll see. You can have up to 5,000 members. You can set preferences as new player friendly and veterans. You can filter members. You can do all that stuff. I'm sure people are going to give it a go. Let me know what you think. You can pick your own emblem, all that stuff. If you guys want me to make one, just kind of convince me that it would actually be something that we were able to use and grow, because I don't want to make another community if it's just going to be something that kind of falls to the wayside. Now, let's dive into the actual patch notes of Modern Warfare 2 Season 1 Reloaded and the update. We've got Double XP weekend. Sony player Double XP is going to be today and tomorrow, and then all platforms will go live tomorrow all the way through the 19th. Weapon Double XP will start on the 15th and go all the way through the 19th. Maps. We've got a new take on Shipment, like I said. I want to know what your thoughts are. Is there going to be some glaring glitch or bug in there that makes it absolute insanity like in the past? We'll see. And then from December 21st to January 4th, we'll have the Holiday Naughty List playlist. I don't know exactly what's going to be on there other than Shipment, the holiday version of Shipment. I don't know what play or what modes will be considered naughty, but we'll see. Let's talk about Raid Episode 1, Adam Grat. It is here. It is a mix of combat. There's puzzles. And they say over the course of 5 seasons, we're going to get a new narrative that's going to kind of unfold with these raids. And it's going to pick up where the Modern Warfare 2 campaign left off. If you guys remember the teaser at the end of Modern Warfare, it could actually get pretty crazy. Now, spoiler alert, click off if you don't want to be spoiled. I wonder if Makarov's going to be involved in this. They said new storylines and old friends. So this is the beginning of your continuation of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, and it's kind of that DLC, campaign DLC that goes in to 2023. Like I said, to access them, you have to do one of those 3 things. Super easy to do. Once you get your raid assignment, you and your friends can do it for 1 week, and only 1 player has to get the raid assignment. All 3 of you don't have to go do that. 1 of you does it, and the other 2 can piggyback right along. There is no matchmaking here. You have to build a team. You have to pick the players that go with you, which I'm absolutely for. I guess it would be all right if you didn't have anybody to go with you and you wanted to do randoms, but for now, there's no matchmaking, which makes it even more kind of social friendly to me. I mean, you got to get your buddies, you got to get ready, and then it said raid drops are actually randomized, and completing the raid multiple times will get you different loot. It'll get you different rewards, and it will get you veteran mode. So don't think just going through it once that there's not more that you can earn and do, which I thought was a pretty smart idea. Once again, this has everything on paper to be something cool. We'll see if it actually sticks. Now, if there's something you want to do to get prepped, they say in the patch notes, go check out the spec ops, the mechanics, upgrades, all that. The raid mode is going to focus on the AI, the new tailored AI that Infinity Ward has been bragging about, and a lot of swimming. Now let's talk about actual changes in the game. Quality of life changes. The XP tokens menu has been changed to display how much time is left on your XP tokens in the lobby screen. The XP tokens can now be equipped in the pause menu while in game. XP tokens can no longer be accidentally activated during double XP events. Players who join a game in progress will no longer get a loss if their team loses the match. Attachments now have a tuning icon on them in preview indicating which ones can be tuned and which ones cannot. That's actually a quality of life. That's good. Finishing moves now count towards the 30 kills in third-person daily challenge in Spec Ops. Sticker book challenges in the after-action report screen now say calling card challenge instead. Operator bios are no longer cut off part of the way through. Acquiring a new blueprint will now display a pulsing dot next to the associated weapon and gunsmith. Brilliant. Why didn't we have that at launch? Players will no longer be seeing a black screen on some platforms when trying to purchase COD points. And finally, in quality of life, various issues with weapon and attachment unlocks and progression have been addressed, including stats display. Now we go over to social. They merged the hub and friends tab together. They switched to smaller player card widgets for friends. They added support for batch bulk sending off friend requests. They fixed various bugs impacting joining parties. And they transitioned to grid view when scrolling in friends list. And we know we got the new social groups. Showcases. Camera positions on operators have been adjusted for better positioning with the UI. Adjustments to the filter sort feature. They fixed the player browser so it no longer scrolls when it isn't full. They fixed an issue with calling cards not showing up in player showcase after they set them. They fixed an issue where players weren't properly sorting by progression. And it now hides the empty attachment nodes on weapon inspection when there's no attachments slotted. Let's talk about channels. Adjusted member list states. Muted talk connected to be more clear. They adjusted the text message states and game channel to be more clear who they're sent to. Players in member lists will now be divided by team and lobbies. They fixed an issue where lobby players are still able to be heard when connected to a custom channel. And finally, they added the ability to text chat with group members. Talking about group members, well, we just talked about that. The new social feature, you guys can go check it out. Now let's talk about what everybody cares about. Weapon balance. That's what everybody goes to the patch notes for. In general, the Akimbo P890s, the X12s, the Basilisk, and the 50GS have received damage reduction against armored opponents. That's a nerf, my friends. They fixed an issue causing shotguns to inconsistently display the broken armor hit marker. Now we go over to ARs. Specifically, the MX9 has increased movement speed, ADS speed, and sprint to fire speed on the 32-round magazine. That's a buff. M13B, the blocking underbarrel launcher and shotgun on the 7-inch Bruin B M20 barrel. The cast-off 74U, they made a small reduction to close damage. 3 hits to kill requires at least 1 chest hit, so that's a baby nerf. The cast-off 545, they increased the muzzle velocity, small decrease to hip fire spread. They increased close damage, and they increased to chest damage multiplier, which is 4 buffs on that gun. Now let's jump over to the SMGs. The Vel 47 SMG, reduced hip fire spread, increased movement speed, and increased far damage. They buffed the Vel. Pistols, the Basilisk Revolver, blocking Basilisk compensators and flash hider on the FTAC arrow barrel, and they added a muzzle attachment usage on the FTAC arrow barrel, Lockshot KT85, the SA Leveler 55, the Cronin Dark KX30. We need to come up with better names. And then we go over to the 50GS pistol. They reduced the hip fire, they increased 1 hit headshot range, they increased damage range, increased neck and upper shoulder location damage multipliers, increased bullet velocity, increased damage range on the SA Longshot. They buffed it. Shotguns. Any shotgun players out there? Shotguns can no longer kill fully armored players in one shot. There's no more shotgun players. That was it. Have fun. The Expedite 12 shotgun, they added guard category, and that's basically it. Now, if you're a melee player, are there any of those left? Riot Shield. They reduced the movement speed. They reduced the melee damage to 3 hit kill, the shield movement animation improvement, longer switch time pulling out throwing knife when Riot Shield is equipped. So, if you were a Riot Shield player, you probably are no longer because they nerfed your Riot Shield. And the Joker launcher. Missiles no longer land out of bounds when targeting a wall on the edge of the map, and they improve the thermal readability when aiming in. Let's talk about vehicles. Reduced collision damage taken by the heavy chopper, especially from landing. Increased health and damage resistance of the UTV. They increased falling damage to the ATV and the UTV. They added custom turret rotation speed for the APC, the light tank, and the heavy tank. They increased damage done by the AI to both LTV versions. They reduced the distance that boats can be piloted when completely out of water. They adjusted vehicle exits to limit chances of not being able to exit on steep slopes. People having fun with that. Players will no longer get the out-of-bounds countdown when taking a vehicle from an enemy's restricted area in ground war and driving out of the zone. And finally, they fixed an issue where the player would continue to see the countdown if they could get into a vehicle just outside the zone. Ally visibility. Ally nameplates disappear when an enemy is in the direct path of an ally to prevent mistaking enemies from allies. And in Tier 1 mode, this change only applies to allies behind the geo. Allies with the line of sight will also show nameplates to prevent friendly fire. Now let's talk about kill streaks. We've got a couple. Players that have been killed in one-life modes with revive capabilities such as knockout will no longer be marked as an active player when using the cruise missile, the chopper gunner, or the gunship. The care package, they fixed an issue that allowed players to spawn on a position where a care package is occupying, resulting in an immediate death. The MGB, they fixed an issue that prevented players from calling out the MGB while swimming underwater. The Juggernaut, they should now correctly switch between their minigun and pistol when entering and exiting water. Explosive weapons that stick to the jug, such as Simtex and drill charges, should now inflict more damage against it. They say should now. Well, they don't know for sure. Fixed an issue where jugs sometimes die to a single throwing knife in Tier 1 as well. The SAE, they fixed an issue that prevented explosions from doing damage to neutral and enemy-occupied vehicles. And finally, the Sentry Gun. They fixed an exploit that allowed sentry guns to be placed under the map in certain locations. If you did that, you know who you are. Now let's talk about field upgrades. There's only one. It's the portable radar, and it can now stick to vehicles, which is cool. Equipment, the radiation blocker. A whole lot of notes about it. Now prevents the use of this equipment when performing a number of different actions, such as slotting in armor, and they say this should resolve a few issues where players no longer had their weapon or could not interact with items. And then thermite grenades, they will no longer persist on a player that was stuck, then died, and then respawned again. Now let's talk about weapon attachments really quick. In tuning, most beneficial tuning value magnitudes have been increased. Some harmful tuning value magnitudes have been decreased. Optics. The thermal optics. They increase the range of all optics thermal target identification range, and enemies' heat signature fades when they are killed. The Drexum Prime 90. They improve the quality of the thermal image for improved target acquisition, including the Basilisk Victus XMR blueprint from the Battle Pass. The X10 Angel 40. They fix the rangefinder to fit in the lens on the GS50. The SZ Hollow Term. They increase contrast on optic thermal rendering for improved target acquisition, and they added thermal toggle features. Finally, the Thermo Optic X9. They increase contrast on optic thermal rendering for improved target acquisition. Now let's talk about the weapon customization, the UI and the UX. Graphs, default weapon attachments, graph contribution no longer shows up as a modification on stat graphs, prevents seeing red and green on default weapon stat graph, and they fix miscalculation shown in the attachment tuning spider graph, if that means anything to you guys. Let's talk about the operators. CDL, the LA Thieves. They added accent colors to goggles and straps for enhanced visibility. I know there's some people pissed off about that. The New York subliners, they adjusted accent colors for the branding. Some bugs. They fixed an issue causing the game client to freeze upon unselecting Sector A15 in the Battle Pass. They fixed an issue causing reward previews to not appear as attended while navigating the Battle Pass. They fixed audio cutting off when skidding. And they fixed attacking with fists causing players to lean out of vehicles. Then there's some other stuff. You've got store stuff, audio, PC specific. I'll give you those. They fixed an issue related to the menus causing FPS drops in the firing range, and they fixed an issue that would make controllers vibrate even when the game wasn't the main window. It was tabbed or minimized. And they fixed night vision goggles prompt in the HUD. Multiplayer, game modes, Tier 1. They fixed an issue where the minimaps were not always appearing or staying up when calling in a UAV or advanced UAV. That's a big one. And Invasion, friendly AI will no longer set off suppression mines from the same team. Map updates. Battle maps. They fixed player collision issues in Santacena. They fixed for various tactical camera exploits. And they fixed bullet collision exploits. In Core 6v6, we actually just talked about Core 6v6 multiplayer the other day. They fixed various tactical camera exploits. They fixed bullet penetration issues across core maps. They fixed a few exploits where players could get to unintended areas. They fixed issues relating to lethal and tactical collision. And Shoot House can once again be played in private matches. Spec Ops, if you're into that high ground, game will end if a player leaves before picking a role if timeout to select a role has occurred. They fixed to prevent player from leaving chopper gunner physics. If you're into Defender Mount Zaya, fixed for players accessing hidden intel without a key. And they fixed a rare loss of functionality issue that could occur if a player joined an already matchmaking player. Then we have CDL Mosh Pit. There's a lot of fixes in there. It went live on December 1st. You got the 4v4 matches. I'll let you guys see it on the screen here if you're into that. So there you go. That is an in-detail look at the patch notes and everything that's gone live with the Reloaded update. Let me know what you guys think. Are you playing? What's your favorite part? What did they miss? What needs fixed? And I'll see you guys soon.